Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm bringing the grade of Mutant Menace deck. One thing that I have to explain before I start describing the grade and the cards is that some of the cards I bought for the purpose of upgrading the deck. Others were simply cards that I have in my bulk, and others are from my collection. So even it's going to be a big variety of cards, I hope that this synergizes well with the deck. So let's go into start. From the grade of the creature, I have Threaming Bird that is synergized with the deck because we are going to focus in radiation counters. So I'm going to put a 1/1 flying that whenever it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Quite easy, simple, and also is going to help us proliferating the counters of our creatures. Here we have Shimming Appearance, and whenever you proliferate, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I think that is quite suitable for our deck, because we are going to be, maybe not the menace, because we are not focusing on infect, because we don't want to be this kind of deck. So it's going to help us to resist, building a bit of life, decreasing the life of them. Meanwhile, we're doing that. Here we have one of the key cards of the deck. Thus, Mantle Guildmage. Whenever a card is put into an opponent graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses 1 life. That is synergized with this card. Minecrank. So, if we have this card at the battlefield, we just need to provoke or losing life or a card going into the opponent graveyard, and we are going to provoke that they mill all the deck and lose all the life. Well, it has a limited quantity of life loss depending the card that they have at the library, but hopefully if they have 60 cards and they haven't so many life, they are going to lose, or anyway they are going to lose for decking out. So I find quite interesting this combination because it's actually a combo. Yes, it's not the most efficient combo that you are going to find in the combat, but we are playing competitive now. Casual. And in casual, I think that is a quite interesting combo. Okay, let's continue. Kami of Whispered Hopes. Putting more counter instead of the counter, you already can read it, and add S mana of any color where S is Kami of Whispered Hope power. Right now it's just 1/1, but with other cards that we have in the deck that put counter of creature, I hope that it become bigger, and with the proliferate we are going to make it bigger. So it can be a match that is only have like 1 power, or maybe can have 7. I love the shadow, yeah, ramp, 500 help, more ramp, and January elf. As you can see, I'm Spanish, so I'm having Spanish card. I find this creature interesting because it has protection from multicolored, and it enters with counter. And we are focusing on counter, right? Radiation counter, but also we have proliferate, so it should help our deck. So maybe it can be a 1/1, and as I said before, maybe a 8/8. We are playing casual, so I find interesting. Kaga Shadow Artbridge. mill car every time that attack, and also one during each of our turns. We can play a land or cast a permanent spell from among cards that they were pulled from your library this turn. So, because we are also going to get radiation counter time to time, we can cast permanent that we are milling. So I think that is a nice combination. And Celis Sanity Flyer. It has Hive Mind. Whenever a player mills one or more creature card, you create a 1/1 black horror creature. So hopefully we are also creating tokens that it will help us to defend from the attack of the opponent. And the last creature card, Eternal Witness. When enter the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Graveyard recursion. We are going to be milling also our deck, so we need something to recover our cards. With pair of draws, there is a one better, Core Drowning, I think that is called, that instead of less one is 4 and proliferate. We want to draw cards and also proliferate, so we have a combination. Assassin Trophy, well, nothing to say. Interaction, we cannot play Commander without having interaction. Negate, actually the only counter that we have in the deck, if I'm not missing, so only have a bit more of interaction. Calling Ritual, destroying permanent of cost 2 or less and created that many mana in any combination of green and black. Bontular Reckoning. This is one of my bulk collection. It's quite hard to use that white board because it's going to destroy all the creatures, that we are also having many creatures, but the worst part is like the land you control down on tap during your next untap step. So we have to use it careful. Just a desperate measure. We are milling ourselves, so we are going to use the death part. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. We lose life equal to its converted mana cost. Because we are also milling our opponent, Memory Betrayal. Exile all the cards from your opponent graveyard and you can cut those cards this turn. You can use any mana, assist any mana, and at the end of the end step, return to the exile card to the graveyard, and then exile Memory Betrayal. We don't know which kind of deck we are going to face during our match, so I think that it's quite useful in terms of using their deck too. I already showed that one. Mystery Remora, a stapling competitive commander. I have here for a bit of draw. I have it in my collection and I hope that it works. And one nice card, Black Chief Ascension. Whenever a card is put into an opponent graveyard from anywhere, if Black Chief Ascension have 3 or more quest counter on it, you may have that player lose 2 life, and if you do, you gain 2 life. So we are going to provoke that the loss of life or radiation counter is going to increase. So they lose 1 life if they mill 1 non-land card, and with that non-land or land, they will lose 2 life. Buried Ring, if we want to recover our Minecraft, because we are going to also mill cards, so we need graveyard recursion and that land that they will have us to proliferate. One I have showed the degrade what we are cutting, right? So, cathedral acolyte. Let's see. Now it's getting blur. Cathedral acolyte. This creature you control with a counter, and it has one. I find it quite low, and also the second ability I don't like. So I am putting something more impactful. Lily Bowen. I don't like neither. I mean, we need finisher and we need to make our opponent decreasing life, but how much is going to take to grow for only 4 mana? Alpha the Claw. I was thinking to include or not, and I'm going to cut. I find it quite weak. I mean, it's a 4/6. 4/6, we have a 6/6 with mana trample, and if we do monstrosity, it becomes bigger, but I think that is already too expensive, and I wanted to cut the cost of my deck. Harold and Bob, I really don't like that though, so I am cutting. Winding Concreter. Why am I cutting that one? I know that the first test is quite nice, but the second, if you will get one or more counters, you get that many plus one of each of those kind of counter instead. Yes, I'm going to radiate myself, but I don't want to get more radiation counters, so I'm cutting. Raul, I know that she's synergized with the deck. Maybe I will put later, I will check it. For now I'm cutting, but let me think about this one. This one is quite low. I mean, I'm always going to put counter, but maybe sometime our strategy can fail and we don't know if they are going to have counter or not. So we are cutting. Cultivate. Well, one of the staple of Casual Commander. I don't like it. I already put Mana Dork, so I don't need it. Farsick. More of the same. Casualty of Wars. So I find it quite again the camera. I find it quite hard, the price, the cost. Rathorn, well, I already said in the embossing. You need to cast many spells before that, even if I'm cutting the mana curve of the deck, is going to still not be so useful. It's giving us card draw, but also rat counter. Maybe to draw 2 cards, we are going to get 1 rat counter, but we have to pay 4. For that, I prefer Tesseract Gambit, maybe. That is also a proliferate. And it can be 3 colorless and 1 blue or 2 life. Biomass Mutation, I really don't like it. I mean, we don't have so much of mana production if I included a few mana dork, so maybe we can decrease the power of our creature. I know that this synergizes with the deck because it has proliferate, but we have to wait 1 turn. We are going to pay 4, and the next turn is going to need to be creature. So, well, it can be resilient because it's an artifact, not a creature, but I don't like too low. This one I was thinking to keep it or not. Let's see. Nuka-Cola Nuke Launcher. I know. If it deals damage, well, no, sorry. We attack a player, and that player is until the end of the next turn of that player. If he casts a spell, he will get to rat counter. Yes, but it costs 2 to equip 3 and then to attack low. Frying sanity, even if I am keeping a bit of synergy between milling cards, I don't like it. I think that is still, we don't want to focus totally on milling, or we can change the deck. Quite low, quite pricey. It entered the battlefield tab. I already put, even easy it producing colorless, enter and tap. Terramorphic pants and evolving ways. I know that we have to filter the deck from lands, but I am cutting a few lands, and instead of the 38 that the deck is bringing, we are going to 35. So maybe I can include it later or not. I will see. As Barbarian, I already put the Graveyard Recursion, Burial Ring, Temple of All God. Yes, it produced 2 colorless, but it required to have 5 or more lands. What happens if you draw only 2 lands and then you have to wait several turns only with that land and another land? Mariposa Military Base. It can enter the battlefield tab, and if it does, we get 2 radiation counter. Produce colorless, and for paying 5 colorless and tapping it, we draw a card, and this ability costs 1 less to activate for each red counter that we have. Yes, I know. Maybe we can have like 3 radiation counter, but the purpose of us is not to get radiation counter. And with this, the upgrade of the deck is done. I will play several times, and if I see that maybe I should do a new video explaining the situation and how I feel the deck playing against another, I will do it. See you.